Hey guys, this is Prophet and you're watching Prophet Next Gen. This is how to solo the DZ like a pro. I made this video because people were telling me they were upset because they couldn't play the DZ by themselves. So I made a run to see how true that was, and I was able to do 2 extractions, one with a full pack and the other with 5 items. The very first things you need to do is upgrade your base by doing side missions with the corresponding color to the area of the base you wish to upgrade. Now I went with the green side missions to upgrade the medical wing clinic with quarantine. This area gave me the perks Recon Pack, Tactical Scanner, and Scrambler. I went with the Scrambler because when used it protects me and allies from hostile pulse scans, and seeing as I wanted to stay as invisible as possible, it was a likely choice. Any other extra perks you might use is just personal preference. Another thing is to do as many missions, side missions, and encounters as possible to make credits and buy items that will give you a better fighting chance. Check every vendor around the world and check often, because none of them have the same items and they do restock. Okay, here we go guys. Now that we're at the Dark Zone, we want to start out by looking for NPC enemies, but you have to try and stay away from all regular enemies. They are out to kill you and they will try and rob you. I chose the subway for a quick fix. There are a few ways to get down here where the enemies spawn, but I chose this way because it was most likely to keep me away from prying eyes and I had more cover. So when I got down here, it looked like someone had already taken out all the enemies, but they didn't open the boxes. If you are a high enough level and have DZ keys, there are many boxes around the DZ that usually have really good gear in them. There are many boxes in DZ that will not require a DZ key to open them. You should really take a breather and evaluate the area and think about which extraction zone you want to use. Try to use one that doesn't really have anyone using it. It's okay to go one already in use. Just use caution, because 9 times out of 10, when people see you alone and they've already extracted, they'll try and kill you and extract your gear. Also, use your pulse whenever possible. It's always good to know if you see other people around you, and it'll keep you safe because they can't see you. We're almost at our destination and it seems like someone called the extraction, but it's almost gone. I only see 1 bag, so that's a good sign. Plus the time is almost done and most people leave right after they extract if no one else is around. This was the first extraction, and as you can see we walked away unharmed with 6 items at our base. Now you need to hurry up and hide, because most of the time this is where the scam artists come around looking for stragglers and trying to find out who used the extraction. This is also the best time to start using your pulse to stay hidden. Someone else just called an extraction, but you want to continue to wait and see who else might be lurking and waiting to ambush. Use your pulse to give away anybody else's position in the area and keep you invisible. To keep things interesting, I shot off a round to see what would happen, and sure enough, people went rogue shooting at each other. You can take advantage of the confusion and get away, or have some fun with this, like I did, and not let them extract. At this point, I decided to try and cash in on some rogue enemies and try and get some extra DZ coins. I figured they'd be easy pickings with other people going after them as well, and since I had no gear, it didn't really matter all that much. Learn to know when you're outnumbered and outgunned. There is nothing wrong with escaping and trying again later. I had NPCs firing at me, so I knew it was time to turn and run. Since they went a different way, I tried another go at these two, but again, I had more NPCs in my way. Always look behind you, even if you're in a gunfight, because people love to ambush you when you least expect it. These encounters can be really tense, because it can go either way, but taking a good look at this guy, I noticed that he was in the same boat as me. Things get really exciting when you encounter a group of 4 and all you can do is hide and hope they don't see you. I was really lucky this time, but when things are moving this fast, most people are just looking at their radars, or for people in the area they can see with the pulse. This is when the pulse scrambler is at its best. Some people called an extraction, and I decided to be nosy and see what they were up to. I didn't know if they were together or not, but I wanted to see if I could get them to start shooting at each other. So, I threw a grenade to start some trouble. Turns out they were together, so it was time to turn around and go. I finally wanted out of the DZ, so I marked an exit on the map and continued in that direction. There's nothing like some rogues to get your blood pumping and make you veer off course in hopes for extra gear, XP, and DZ creds. The bad thing is I got here late and now there are other players. Play it safe and always make sure you can see them and don't take your eyes off of them when you're this close. I read them pretty well and it worked in my favor. Finding a box with randoms can get pretty ugly and people will turn on you real quick, especially when you're alone. Now you need to be on your P's and Q's and look for everything they do. Losing them now is your #1 priority. Try using some emotes to show you're friendly and make them feel at ease, and look like you don't care that they are there. They thought this was a dead end, so it worked to my advantage and I scored some cool gear. Now, time to find my next extraction and get out. Once again I lucked out and someone already cleared out the enemies, so it's smooth sailing from here. There is an extraction ahead, so I have a choice to go for it or wait for another. But I figured with this many NPCs, most of the people here wouldn't even bother with me.
15 seconds.
Dropping off my gear, I do a quick jump dodge and run away. Cool. I made another extraction and got even more cool gear. But I can't get out until I'm out of combat and hope I don't get killed in the process. Finally, let's go to our base and look at all the new loot. So here we go, we're opening the stash. Looks like we made out with some really great blue loot. Well, it looks like solo is very possible in the Division. Guys, thank you so much for watching my video. If you haven't already, please subscribe so you can get notified of all future videos, news, and live streams. Let me know in the comments below how your solo suicide mission went. And if you used any of these techniques. Guys, you're watching Prophet Next Gen. And until next time, peace out.